Hey guys, what's up? Want to give about a week review after carrying and using this Sebenza 25 for about a week and let you know what I think, what I see. First of all, I really do like this knife. I'll go ahead and get this right out of the way. I don't think it's going to replace the 21. I mean, not in most of our minds. I don't know if it's going to replace it or not with Chris Reeve. I hope not because it's a different knife and it really is. Um, how you really have to look at this knife is it's a good blend of the Sebenza and Umnumzan. I mean, I think that's what he was shooting for. And honestly, I might feel it's a little bit better and maybe even a little bit stronger than the Umnumzan. And the reason I say that is because now it's the same pivot as the Umnumzan. They have the same large screw here. It's the same ceramic interface. That's the detent and the lock interface here. And the grind is actually a little bit thicker because it's more of a flat grind than the hollow grind. Some people are going to go wild about that and love that, and some people are not. Me, I can go either way. I mean, it's an EDC, which will get to my next point here. Um, I do feel it's a little bit stronger blade. If you like the aesthetics of the Sebenza, but you want the more rugged package of the Umnumzan, then you would probably really like the 25. Now, not to say it's perfect, but then again, this is the first generation, so I'm sure things will change a little bit. Things I can see changing, unless Chris Reeve has to have this little. Um, I almost think it's a fire steel scraper or something, although I'm still not sure. I just think that looks out of place. The little bump there. Um, and then the clip, which I noticed immediately. And my good friend who sent this to me noticed that clip too. Um, if the clip could be shorter, or I'm going to probably grind off this nub here, but I'm going to wait for the official review, which will probably be a lot like this, so I don't even know if I'll bother. But I do feel like I know the knife after about a week, and that's what this is. Um, the jimping, immediately you notice it's nice and sharp, and it's a lot more functional than it used to be. But I can already tell you in some hard cutting that I've done, it's almost a little too sharp. So um, that's definitely a plus and a minus because when you're just holding the knife, it feels good. But when I actually went to use it, it was a little too much. But then again, in gloves, it'd be a lot better. So um, that's just that. We're at soccer practice here. So anyways, catching up on some emails. And figure I'd knock this out and let you guys know what I'm thinking on it. I do um, like the lanyard style, how they did this, because before I was not a lanyard carrier. I would have loved to just take this off and there's no holes or anything back there. And this seems to work. Just how I have it looped around here, it's not cutting itself off or anything. I think because mostly, hopefully you can see this, mostly when this knife is in my pocket, it hangs out to the side, right? So it's nowhere even near bumping on the tip there. It hangs just like that. So it's been working. Do I think it's a better design than when they had the pin? I don't know. I do like the pin um, for usability, but then again, aesthetics, I really like that there's no extra holes in the knife here, which is kind of nice. Um, I like that double thumb studs are standard now. You pay for them. They're not throwing them in there for free for you, of course. But I do like that that's the standard now. There's nothing wrong with a single thumb stud, but I like how it's balanced looking on both sides, symmetrical. Um, the finger grooves, he did them right. I mean, my fingers line up exactly where they're supposed to. It doesn't feel forced or cramped. And also when I want to use the knife like this, in a backwards, and they don't poke me or anything, so they're not really sharp. It does give it a little bit of an edgier look, so that's what I'm saying. If you like the look with the bump here and the bump here, a little more maybe tactical, maybe It does feel like it locks into your hand maybe a little better. But I don't know if that's just because I think it's supposed to or because it really does. I don't know. I do notice that clip. Which will bring me to my next issue. Not really an issue, my next thought. This is an EDC knife for me. For me, I would not take this knife into the woods planning on surviving with this knife. This knife wouldn't be my main use knife for camping. Would I bring it camping with me? Sure. It would be used to like cut open packages, maybe even whittle a little bit, but it would not be my main knife. My main knife would be a larger, thicker fixed blade, right? So, for me, as an EDC knife, this is fine. I mean, even that clip, I wish it was fixed, but it's not a deal breaker. And if you didn't catch my first video, all I'm saying is this clip is so close to this thumb, not even thumb, this finger groove right here, that it digs into this webbing part of your hand. So when you really clamp down in it, you can feel it. I'm going to squeeze it for a second here. And you're not going to be able to see that. It's right there. So anyways, if you can't decide what you want, an Zahn or a Sebenza, this is both. I mean, it really is. It's a nice knife. One thing I've noticed, it's not as smooth as my Zahn and definitely not as smooth as my Sebenza. So if you're expecting, the legendary hydraulic feel of Chris Reeve knives, this is probably not a good indicator of that. And this is not because my blade has had the acid etch, because I protect all the pivot areas and stuff. So it was like this right out of the box. And I also feel like maybe, just maybe, I haven't put a caliper to these. I think this cutout is a little bit thicker here, which lets him spring this lock bar over with more power. And I think that is rubbing the tang of the blade a little bit harder, which is why it's not as smooth. Right, and it also locks up harder, if you can hear this. Sounds like a little BB gun. My Zahn does not sound like that. Any Sebenza I've ever bought does not sound like that. And then, I don't know if you can see that, it kicks over. I don't know if it's focusing. It's broken, probably as much as it will. Time will tell. It wasn't that far over when I first got it. And it wasn't that far over after my treatment. So I'm just going to keep an eye on that and let you guys know how that goes. I've always had really good luck with Chris Reeve. Not walking over to the other scale. They'll get close, but they won't hit the other scale. So that's it, guys. I can't see if this is in focus or not, so if I come out of frame at all, I apologize. It's a nice knife. I'd say go ahead and jump if you're interested. Just know it's probably not going to be better than your 21. You may like it more or less than your Zahn. If you're looking for a blend of both, it's a blend of both. So that's it, guys. Have a good day. See ya.